hour and a half today. It should be pretty fun. So let me just make sure this is working. Okay, and I'm going to just post this in a few different places. Okay. So the main thing I want to work on today is what do I what do I want to work on today? I want to work on this like email sign up thing plugin, which I think is what I should mainly do. But I do want to kind of work on this too. It should be pretty quick. Just making a few formations for a game that I'm working on. I'll just post this here. Oh, and I almost forgot. I want to send a message to someone too. Okay, got that, and we'll send these also. Okay, let's close that. Okay, so let's see. I have this text file that I'm going to just download. And let's open up Sublime. And I'm going to increase these, oops, to 5, 6, 5, because they seem a little bit short to like get those. These seem fine. Gap seems fine. Those other ones just seem a little bit fast. So just so you know, these are formations that are on the website formation.com, and the idea here is that you move around and you form this formation with other people, and it's pretty fun to play. And these are how we define the formations, and then this is the number of seconds you have to complete the formation. And then, yeah, this this one looks really complicated. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to add a new one here. And I'm going to just try to add these one by one. So we've got bucket here. And this is 5. So I think 10 seconds is fair. Bucket. And we're going to do X, 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 and X. That should be good. Now we're going to do another one. Let's just make some space. I'll delete the space at the end. I just like having scrollable area. It's just nice. Okay, so now we're going to do infinity. That's a hard one. X, 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 space, X, 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 X. That looks right. Okay, and we'll give, I think, how is giraffe 24 seconds? That's absurd. That's so hard. 32 seconds on that at least. And actually, you know what? I'm going to bump this up to 36. And this is going to be 32, because this looks really hard too. Pretzel Hands, hey. I believe I gave you some feedback on your project recently. Welcome to the stream. I'm working on some formations for Swarmation. So if you go to swarmation.com, there's this like game. You move around as a pixel, and you can form into formations with other people. And I'm adding a few more formations because it gets a little boring with too few people. I'm also going to work on some vanilla JavaScript today. right after I finish this. This should only take like 10 minutes or something. So I have all the formations already planned out over here. We're going to paste another one. We're going to say house. And this one looks pretty simple, so we'll do like 15. Doesn't need to be exact. We'll do X and X, X. I don't know why this is called house, but it's hard coming up with names for these, you know? Okay, so now we have zigzag. I wonder if these can have spaces in them. It looks like none of the other ones do, so let's just make it one word. And we're going to do X, and then we have spaces in between each X. And we have 3 X's on the bottom, and 3 there. Okay? And then we're going to do chair. Oh, zigzag I don't think needs 30. Zigzag, I think that's fine with maybe 15. Let's see what other 6 ones took. That's 12. Snake is like the hardest one. You need more time for snake. 12 seconds. Yeah, block is easy. Delta, I think this needs a little bit more time. I mean, I get that it's fun to like try to race against the clock, but some of these are just super complicated and super hard to do in the time allotted. Yeah. Okay, so I think, yeah, maybe these should be less. Maybe like 14, and we'll do 14 for that too. And then chair, this one's going to be pretty simple, so we'll just do, we'll do like 15, I guess. Well, we'll do 14. Just to keep it consistent. So 1, 2, X, 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 X. Great. Place a new one here. We got a turtle. This one's going to be really hard. I think it's about as hard as these ones, so I guess we'll leave it at 30. We got X. 2 on either side, okay. There we go. Tree. And this one looks a little bit complicated. Maybe do like 20, 24, maybe. 1, 2, 3. I kind of feel a little bit bad because I'm not working on the email sign the vanilla email sign up form. If anyone wants to see me work on that, just shout out and I'll work on that instead. But I kind of want to just finish this up real quick. Okay, so now we got dragonfly. Hey, Chandu, welcome. How have you been? It's good to see you. Good to see you again. I believe you were working on something the last time we talked. Yeah, how are you doing with all this coronavirus stuff? I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. All my family is doing okay. And staying safe, staying inside, of course. What about you? How are things going with you? Working from home? Okay. That's yeah, that's good. That's really lucky that you can do that. I'm doing that too, and so is my wife. Yeah, it's kind of a scary time, right? A little bit. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad everything's going well, at least. I hope. you're trying to find a remote job. You found a job, but it is not remote. Oh, okay. So are you working at at a job still, or are you doing your own thing? Hey, the name's Leon. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Long cat. Okay, 5. Are you like working on your own kind of project, or are you working on like like a job, and like oh, you just switched to a new job. Okay, cool. So I think this one's really complicated. We might go with like 38. We want just 4. And then there. Yep. There we go. So what are you doing? What are you doing for your job? Are you working in design or marketing, or are you doing development work, coding, customer research? What kind of thing are you doing? Okay, so stairs. I think we'll just do 8 for this. And if anyone's wondering what the heck I'm doing, I'm working on formations for Swarmation, which is this little pixel game you can move around, and you form into the formations that are in the top left. And then, sorry, my battery just ran out for my noise-canceling headphones. But yeah, you form into formations. Is this canvas? I don't believe it is. I think it was at one point, but I think it got switched back to just HTML. Because I think it was just simpler to work with, it being HTML. But if you want to go to swarmation.com, you can actually play it with me right now. We can form into a few formations. So I didn't actually code most of this. I designed the first version of it, but this is like the 4th version of it. And the guy who made this did it with Svelte and Node.js. He's a really talented web developer. Super talented. But I'm working on helping him launch it again, and we're going to launch it maybe in like a week or 2, and so we're getting all the like marketing materials together and all the move it in the front end. So you just listen for like a arrow key press, and then you just move the div by a certain amount. Yeah, I can show you probably. So if we go to the code, I'll have to find actually where that control is. If we go into source, and I bet it's in client. It's probably called movement or something. Controls maybe? Yeah. So he has like start move, stop all moves. Yeah, here's the main part. So document, add event listener key down, and then when key code 38 is pressed, he has it move in the up direction, and that stands for the up key. So it's got 38, 40, 37, 39 space, and S. I forgot about S. Yeah. Look inside start move. So that's up here. I don't know. He's doing some stuff. I would probably just be like, div left plus 16 pixels. Look inside move. So this is defined. Oh no, I guess move should be here. Move should be here too. Maybe? No. I don't know where move is defined. So here, number is valid move, unset, and set. But I mean, you could do it in a pretty simple way. Oh my goodness. You're gonna make me go through everything? I don't want to go through everything, dude. I don't know where it is. This is kind of cool. You can browse it like this. So here it is. It's okay. So this is it. I just don't understand exactly like what is, like why it's so complicated, but I guess it makes sense to someone. So this is map, and map is defined like this. I guess it's equal to a player. Well, it looks like it's an object. It looks like it's not an array. Is that what you said? That it's an array? No. It looks to me like it's an object. It's an object with x and y, and then player is defined at the end of x and y. So, yeah, that's exactly it. So you have an object with x inside of it, and then that object has an object with y inside of it, and then at the end of that you get the player. So if you plug in a position, so this map lets you look up a player from a position. So that's why he's updating that here. I just wanted to know how HTML is laid out and how he is doing that. Well, you can go to Swarmation.com. The HTML is right there. You can inspect it. You know, it's just a player with position, and he's just controlling like when you press the up key, he's just modifying the top pixels, the absolute positioning, right? It's pretty basic. And there's just like a CSS animation probably on the position. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Okay, so stairs. I think 8 is fine for that. Let me just see the other ones. I guess we have 6. I think 8 is fine because this one's a little complicated. Okay, we'll do surprise. And we'll do 8 for this too. It's going to be x space x there. Okay. And we're going to do hunched. And this is going to be 3 as well. We'll do 7. X space x x. Okay. Running out of space a little bit. Okay. Next one is hut. We're almost done with this, and then we'll get to other more exciting stuff. This can be 9. Okay. Glance. And that can be It's a little bit hard. So maybe like 7. I think 7. Could even be 8, but I'll leave it at 7 for now. So this is 2, I believe. And then right there. Oh, and there's 1 extra. Okay. That's a hard one. I think actually 8 for that. Okay, stair. And this can be just like 6. And that's just going to be X, X. Sorry, Chandu, I didn't mean to be sharp with you before about not wanting to look through the code. I just wanted to get back to some other project, and then I was getting distracted, so I don't know, I just got frustrated, but sorry about that. Okay, so do 6 for this one too. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do 6. So this is going to be 1, 2, and like that. Okay. And we're going to do far. And this is going to be 8. We're going to have X, and then 2 spaces in between, and space X. Okay. Almost done. Got stand, which is going to be maybe like 8. We've got X, space, X, space, and spaced. And this one is going to be maybe like 9. Okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. So I got this now. We can save it. So we'll save this to formations. Text. Okay, and we're going to just commit this code. Let's edit this. Okay. And we're going to say added, I think I added a bunch. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 20. I think I added 20 new formations. Formations, and made a few of the more complex formations, original formations. More complex original formations have a slightly longer countdown. Okay. Formations. Okay. Great pull request. Okay. Cool. Let's just make sure this looks good. Da, da, da. Yeah. I think I added 20 more. I'm not sure now looking at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, so let's see. I can take care of the rest of this later. What I really want to do right now is build an email sign-up pop-up in JavaScript. So yeah, let me kind of talk about why I want this. So on my websites, Dota 2 attitude. Where do you sign for Cape Cod? I don't. Are you going? You want to go to Cape Cod? Yeah, Cape Cod's great. I don't know what you're saying though. Where do I sign Cape Cod? Oh, you have an uncle in Cape Cod. Oh, that's nice. That's awesome. Cape Cod is a place in Massachusetts. It's on the very eastern side, next to the ocean, and it kind of is a little like hook that goes out into the ocean. Yeah, it's around Boston, but people go there to vacation a lot. It's by the sea. There's a lot of beaches, a lot of nice beaches. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the people that live there don't really like the tourists very much because the tourists come by and kind of mess everything up every year. Or so I've heard. Let's see. So okay, nice. Yep. Maybe see you in a bit. So this this plugin that I'm working on right now, I want it to be like this. So I want to be able to pass in like something like email sign up forms or like init email sign up forms. And I want this to take care of like a ton of things for me. So first of all, like some kind of image, pop-up logo image, and then you can like put in the source of the image there, and that will fill in this image. So it's going to form all of this HTML for me. I'm not going to have to worry about it. I don't think I really want to change the text right now. I think I'm fine with it just like creating the text for me. I guess I do need to have this text because this is kind of custom. Okay, so maybe it's like sign up for updates, sign up for updates, sign up for updates. So maybe we've got like main heading, and then we've got like main description. Or we could just say like heading text. Say heading text and description text. And so that's going to cover these. And then for email address, I'm fine with that being whatever. Sign up, we'll just say like button text. And then, because that should be easy to create, right? And then we'll just have like close button text. And we'll just say main button text for this one. Okay, so that should cover it for the API. So this is going to be email sign up specification. Okay, and so this is going to create this sign up form along the bottom of the page. This sign up form will also adapt to mobile. the one along the bottom of the page. And it will trigger a pop-up sometimes where it'll ask the user to sign up. And what I want is so the behavior is one, like after 30 seconds on the site. I think that might be a little bit long. Let me count this out. So if I'm on a website, let's say I go to like dev.to and I'm on here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I know, you're right. 10, 11. I think maybe 10 seconds. Because then they're interested. I don't want to like bother people. Do you think 5 seconds? Well, I don't want to like bother people who aren't interested. I want there to be like some interest. I wonder what this... I'm always interested in CMSs. What? Oh, crafter? Where's agility? Nah, whatever. I think I've seen this one before. Okay, sorry about that. So, I think, yeah, if you're like reading it, I think 10 seconds is fine. Because then you're like actually engaged. I think 10 seconds is good. So, 10 seconds after page load, pop up the bottom bar. Hey, Commander Root, welcome to the chat. How's it going? So that's going to pop this up, so then people will be encouraged to sign up. I really feel bad about taking up vertical space on a page, because I hate it when it happens, but like... Oh, nice. You remember the personal project you're working on with WebGL. What is that? Can you show it to us at all? Or maybe send a screenshot? I'm not sure about this close button. This close button feels a little bit weird to me. Maybe I just get rid of this icon, and then that'll be okay? Nah. I want it to be obvious. I just don't want it to be more prominent than the sign up button, you know? I guess we could just have like an X here. That's like pretty normal, I think. Oh, also it shouldn't have this curved border, I think. Okay, so let's try a little rectangle. So 5 and 20. We'll go like there. The 4 and 20. Okay. We're going to check out Chandu's WebGL project. Learn about it here. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, I think I remember this. I think I remember you posting this before. This reminds me of the like old screensavers. You remember those? I used to watch those for like an hour straight. Random walk. But they were like 3D, and they were like the bars, and it was on like Windows machines, and there were like the bars that like went in and out and around each other. That's cool. This is Canvas. Using... Huh. That's cool. Oh, it's a random color too. How long does it take to change color? Get random color. Oh, it doesn't. You took that out. Huh. Hey, Stephen. Yeah, it has been a while. Um, yeah, I've been doing okay. Yeah, just working from home, and yeah, have a lot of projects on my plate. But yeah, how have you been? Are you, everyone you know, doing okay? And yeah, how's your life been? I know this has been really really hard, um, really hard time for a lot of people. Um, it's a stressful time, Just like it's kind of wild just thinking about it. Um, Everyone in the world kind of going through this in different ways. Um, yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, totally. I think you know my email, but if you don't, it's you can email me here. And yeah, that goes for any of you guys if you want to email me. But yeah, no, Stephen, I would love to hear from you. And I think we already emailed before, so I think you have my email. Okay. Um, 1, 2. Okay, so make this a little bit bigger. And put this over to the right. Let's see, does this feel any better? I think that feels a little bit better. It still feels maybe a little bit too prominent. Let's go down to 50 pixels. Like, I want it to be obvious that you can close this, but I don't want it to be encouraged, Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, this is the first thing you should think about doing, you know? That's not ideal. Okay. And maybe just increasing the size of that. Okay, so we're gonna do this, but then I think we're gonna make the whole thing smaller. Okay. So that feels not too bad to me. Sign up for updates. You got the close button. Okay, cool. So, okay, let's continue defining the behavior. So it's 10 seconds after page load, pop up the bottom bar. I feel like 10 seconds is enough to like kind of get interest. Maybe even 8 seconds. We'll go down to 8 seconds just for you. Who recommended that? I think it was Dota. I think it was the Dota guy. Dota 2 Attitude left though. So 8 seconds after page load, we'll pop up the bottom bar. Let me see. So if I go to dev 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Like, there's enough to like gain some interest there. Okay, so we'll pop up the bottom bar after 8 seconds. If the bottom bar is dismissed, I think it shouldn't show up again. So we'll store that in local storage. We'll just say use local storage. Okay. So So the next thing is exit intent. So if you're going to exit the page, I want to pop up this other thing that kind of encouraged you to sign up for updates even more strongly. So I think it should only pop up if user, okay Chandu, catch you later, see ya. If user has been on the page for 8 seconds or longer, and they go to exit the page, pop up the modal we'll just say the modal, the full modal. So if they've been on the page for 8 seconds or longer and they go to exit the page. So now to go to exit the page, we need an exit intent library. So we've got this one, this one, this one, this one. We'll see what that one's about. And this one. And if anyone's like concerned about this, I understand, because like I too don't really like exit intent pop-ups, but they work, and this is interesting. I didn't know ConvertKit had this, and I'm signed up for ConvertKit, so I could just use something like this. But they work, and I feel like if you're interested in the content, then you know, you're not going to be too bothered by it. You're going to just like, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I remember, that was actually kind of an interesting article. You know, I'll sign up. So I feel like the slight negative association is kind of worth it in order to get, you know, even if it's just like, I don't know, 5% or 10% more people to sign up so that I can reach out to them in the future. And I feel like it's probably, you know, if the content's interesting enough, I feel like it's probably a lot more than 10%. It's probably a ton of people. So let's see what these articles say. The mouse out event listener that can be added to DOM elements as well as the document as a whole. Take the following for example. Mouse out. Indent to exit has happened. Okay, there's also yeah, this one. So I want to kind of look at how this works. So we're going to be doing like some research into exit intent. And I do have to go in about an hour. Timer 1 hour. So I'm going to just set that timer right now so I don't forget, because I have a call in about an hour. Okay, so we're going to look at this library. We're going to look at what other people have to say about it, and we're just going to do like a little general research before we actually dive into this. Okay, so this one is, I think, different. Is this different? Okay, nice. So this takes a different approach. Okay, so let's see our different options. So this guy says mouse out. We can attach that to the document if we did nothing more than set the event listener, it would respond to basically anything we did with the mouse. Instead, we only care about events where the destination element does not exist. And we left the browser. Then an intent to exit has happened. The above code is good, but there is some to be desired. For example, it might not be a good idea to allow the exit intent to happen instantly to improve the user experience. That totally makes sense. Okay, yep, so you wrap it in a set timeout. Now we're only considering an intent to exit if the user has been on the page for at least 5 seconds. Okay, here's where things get interesting. Typically, you would only want an exit intent to happen one time. And if the user initiates an exit intent but doesn't actually exit, the event probably shouldn't trigger again the next time it happens. That's definitely good. Okay, so we'll say that. So if the exit intent has popped up once, never trigger it again. Okay, so that might be a little bit rough, because what if they just like exit and then they come back later to like a different blog post and they like, maybe they didn't really like the first one, maybe they didn't have time the first time. I think if the exit intent has popped up once, I think maybe not never trigger it again, but like don't trigger it again the same day. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so they use jQuery. The auth. Okay, you have to take into consideration the scoping of any variables. Huh. I wonder, remove event listener. So I think you're just supposed to pass in the function for that. So I think it'll be fine on the document. So we're going to say like approach 1, use mouse out event on the document. Okay, so we've got approach 1. This library is really advanced. I'm tempted to just use this. However, I think it's not exactly what I want. But they do have a lot of cool things. So they have some cookie stuff for handling cookies. Has some stuff for adding some CSS to the page, then adds the pop-up. Add, HTML. Okay. Show pop-up. Okay. And then says when it's shown and sets up some stuff there. Okay. Hide pop-up. Scale pop-up. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to like learn how to create a modal. So we'll say like to do Learn how to create a modal. Maybe with Flexbox. Okay, so they size it. I don't think all that's necessary. I think you can create a pretty simple modal without all of that. Load events. Okay, so they have mouse out. If this is an autocomplete element, just return. I don't know what this means. This is a little bit concerning. Hey, Levels, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to the stream. I think there's a couple people here. I am feeling guilty because I am once again not following your advice. I am not working on a remake web app right now. But I'm working on something very good. I think you might approve. I'm working on some email sign-up forms for the website so that I can capture the leads more often. So, I don't know. It's kind of a little side project to distract myself. But I will be working on some remake apps soon. I mean, I have actually been working on remake apps, but just probably not as consistently as you would advise. Okay, so we're looking at how this person does exit intent. I don't know what this means. This makes me think there's probably like a bug or something. Oh wow, they're getting the viewport width, and then they're getting the mouse position by the right edge. Okay. So I guess the works on mouse exiting window. Huh. From related target to element. Okay. So if there's no from, show pop-up. Okay, so this is interesting. So approach number 2, I think we'll say is, oops, I should go down here. So approach 2 is use these. I don't know what they do. Related target and to element, but we'll research that. Do not continue execution of this function if event was triggered from an input element. Yeah. But I don't understand why, right? Because they're just adding an event, mouse out on document. Why would you not want to do that with an input? Oh, because if you're typing in an input element and you put your mouse to the side of the screen because you just want to focus, right? I think that's what they're doing. Okay, so if input is focused, don't trigger exit intent. Okay. Yeah. E-target tag name to lowercase. Input. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so that's good. If it's closed, I think if it's explicitly closed, if exit intent, if the exit intent pop-up was explicitly closed, don't trigger it for 1 week. Okay. And I think actually I don't know about maybe making this longer. User has been on the page. Maybe that's an option, right? So maybe it's like bottom bar like countdown time, and we'll just have like a default of 8, and then we'll say modal countdown time, and maybe default that to, I don't know, 10 or 12. Okay, so set options, DOM ready, and add CSS. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Markup and styling. We have a pop-up. Here's the CSS. Okay, so document. This is this is weird. On mouse out, the first thing they do is they remove this. Oh, it might be me too. I've been having trouble with my internet and streaming. I don't know if other people. I mean, I imagine that's part of the reason people keep leaving the stream, is because my internet's really bad. But it could be me. Maybe someone else could chime in. Okay, so get element by ID, pop-up style display block. Oh, so okay, it's going to remove it right away. It's going to remove itself right away. That makes sense. So the pop-up should now show when your mouse leaves the window. Nice. And then, okay, refining the system. If the mouse is near the top of the window, show the pop-up. Oh. If the mouse is near, okay, if users want to leave a site, they usually move their mouse to the URL bar or the back button to make pop-ups a little less eager. If client Y is less than 50, oh, wait, less eager? I don't know how this makes it less eager. So now we're displaying it. Now we're displaying it whenever someone moves it to the top of the page, right? Their mouse. Oh, on mouse out. Okay, wait. If event. So this is mouse out on the document. Yeah, so the mouse is out of the page. And if event client Y is less than 50, so if their mouse is in the top, how can their mouse be in the top 50 pixels if it's out of the page? If, I mean, maybe they moved it up and then down? I don't get it. Event client Y. I guess we could see. Let's test this, right? So we'll go into CodePen. And we're going to just test some, you know what, actually, I don't like doing it with CodePen. Let's just do it with a regular HTML file. So we'll add this, and then, I don't know. We'll just put the JavaScript right here. Okay, so we're gonna paste this in here. And we're not gonna remove the event listener like they do. And we're not gonna do this either. And I just want to know what this is going to be. Okay, so let's open this and see what's up. File not found, main CSS, that's fine. Oh, what? Oh, that's neat. Okay, so I just tabbed away and tab back in. That does trigger that. Okay. Now if I go up here with 123 and 7. Wait, what is this? Client Y is true number? Oh no, sorry. I'm such an idiot. Okay, let's refresh. So, yeah, we don't want the CSS thing. Okay, so if I tab away, we got 156. If I put this up there, we got -2. Oh, get it. I got it. So, okay, if you're, yeah, okay. That's why they're saying it's less eager, because if you move it outside to the left, or to the right, or to the bottom, obviously, you don't want to trigger it then. But, if you exit it to the top, -17, you're good, right? That's, okay. That makes sense. So, only at the top. Only trigger. Okay, so we're going to say exit intent. If input is focused, don't trigger exit intent. If not exiting, if mouse is not top of page, don't trigger exit intent. Okay, that makes sense. Things are starting to fit together. I noticed that the pop-up shows up when clicking or hovering on a select element in Firefox. And test this. Huh. It's very annoying. Okay, interesting. So, if the mouse is near the top of the window, show the pop-up. Also, do not trigger when hovering or clicking on selects. What a weird thing. So I bet this is the same thing as the input one that we saw in the other library. Related target. So, event.relate. What does event related target equal null? I want to know what this is. What is event? What is related target? Contains an element that gained focus, and the problem is that your specific div can't gain a focus because the browser thinks that this element is not a button field. Okay, event. I just want to search what is event related target, because I don't know what that is. Read-only property is a secondary target for the mouse event, if there is one. Okay. Mouse enter, mouse out. The event. Okay, so mouse out, the event target, the pointing device exited from. Oh, okay. Sure. Whatever. We'll add it in because it sounds good. I mean, because we found it in this one too. Yeah, so I think we're going to use this too. So I think we are going to use this. So we're only going to trigger it if these are true. Only trigger if those are true. Where did I get the or from? Okay, so we're going to say this. Okay. And we're gonna also not trigger on select. Okay. Okay. Don't trigger, or only trigger if. Okay, and we'll also do input. Okay. So there's a lot of caveats. Hopefully we'll get most of them, and there won't be an annoying pop-up to deal with. Okay, remove event listener. Yeah, we'll say, okay, remove event listener immediately. Hey, Andrew Cube WN, welcome to the stream. Hey, how's it going? You guys can let me know if I am coming through okay too. Carl Rocket and Reuse 7. I'm doing pretty good. I'm working on an exit intent email pop-up, which I never thought I'd say because I hate those things. But this is where I'm at, trying to start a business, trying to get customers. So here I am, working on an exit intent pop-up. But yeah, how about you? What are you up to, Andrew? It's an open source web application framework called Remake. If you go to remaketheweb.com, you can see it. It lets you create a full web application using nothing but HTML attributes. And it's actually pretty powerful. You can sort items, edit items, remove items, and it'll update your data when you do that. You can have multi-page applications, as many users as you want, and it's all just with HTML, which is pretty cool. So I'm just trying to get more traction with that and, add more tutorials, create a lot of content around it, and create a lot of web apps that show off what it can do. Yeah. I actually created like a photo blog web app in about like 30 minutes the other day. Super simple and not a lot of code. I'll actually show you the code for it. This is all of the code for my photo sharing web app. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that a lot. So right now we're working on this pop-up. So this like sign up for email updates at the bottom of the page is going to show up after 8 seconds. And this is what it looks like on mobile. And then this will trigger if you're exiting the page. And this is what it looks like on mobile. Although I think we're not going to have an exit intent on mobile, because I think that's actually a lot harder to do. But we'll see. We'll see what we do on mobile. I think we'll just have it on desktop though. Okay, so let's get back into, so right now we're just researching what exit intent means, how it's implemented from various libraries, so that we can implement something that works well, that's not super annoying to the user. Yeah, and that like if you dismiss it, it's just going to go away for forever. Or for a while, at least. For a week. Okay, so remove event listener immediately after it triggers. That's good. The pop-up works as expected in Firefox. Okay. Cool. So that was useful. I'm going to just say this was very useful. Thank you. I think you might get the same issue in Firefox with input elements. You might want to fix that as well. And I'm just saying that because we saw in this other library that he was checking for input. And so I think this guy, checked for input, and this guy checked for select elements, and that's why they both have very similar code of this, but they were just testing different things. So I think they both need both. Okay, exit intent using JavaScript. Mouse leave. So this is weird. This guy's using mouse leave, the other guys are using mouse out. A10, welcome to the stream. So we got OE bounce. Small library for enabling for a user leaves this website. And it comes with modals. And it's 1 million years old. 5 years old, 4 years old, it looks like. So I'm not going to use that. This library provides no guarantees. That's really funny. But I bet we can probably find... Oh, it has a bunch of issues too. I bet we can find something here that'll be useful. Aggressive. This is interesting. What does this mean? Is disabled. Okay, so it's just checking. So it's basically it's going to ignore the cookie, that says it's closed if it's set to aggressive. Mouse leave, mouse enter. How to mouse enter, disable key down, parse cookies, fire, disable. Wait, where's the key? Handle, mouse, leave. Sensitivity. Okay. What is sensitivity by default? 20. Okay. Delay, timer. Oh yeah, and we do want to use this. And we can say 50. I think that 50 is fine. Okay, cool. Delay timer. Do we have a delay? Okay, so by default it's set to 0. Okay, so that looks good. And the rest of this is just about using this. Okay, cool. Let's see how this person does it. Okay. So this person is using a library, I believe. Not explicitly, but I believe, yeah, they just pasted in their library, which is this library here. You can tell because they name the things the same thing. BioEp, and this is BioEp. I wonder if there's comments on this. Nice code. Seems not to work on mobile. Okay, cool. So we'll close that. Let's see. Exit intent. Oh wait, I wasn't already on this. Okay, so exit intent. Threshold 20. So threshold, that should be the client Y. Config threshold displays. Max displays. I don't know what that means. Event throttle on exit intent. Mouse did move. Okay, on exit intent. Mouse did move. Should display. This is where the threshold comes in. Okay, position. Perfect. And it defaults to 20. Okay, so that's interesting that... Yeah, maybe we'll set this to 20. I'm fine with that. Because we're seeing 2 libraries now that do it for 20. Max displays. Where's it getting displays? Oh, how many times it's been displayed. Max display is 1. That's interesting. And then remove events. Okay, cool. So I think we kind of did our research. I think we did a pretty good job. Thank you, Stephen. I really appreciate you subscribing. Is it possible for you to use your site to make a blog like-ish site like ghost.org and make a site for it? So like, can you use Remake to make something like Ghost? Yeah. You could make a blog with Remake, totally. I haven't actually experimented with rich text editors, but it should be pretty easy. All you're going to need to do is like save the HTML output of your WYSIWYG. So like, you know, if you're using, what is it, CK editor, you're going to have to find out a way to like copy the output from that to a different element and then have Remake save that. But it should save you a lot of time. Remake should save you a lot of time. You should just be able to have a WYSIWYG editor. Here, I'll show you like some of my favorites. I believe I have some starred repositories. What you see is what you get. Can you make it like on GitHub for me? Yeah, maybe. So I'm just like not super familiar with creating this kind of web app, so it might take a little bit because like you'll give me credit. Well, so the thing is like, so you just want like a blog. You just like want like a simple text editor. You click post, and it's gonna it's gonna just like be on your own page, right? Like you don't want like it to look like Ghost, right? You're not looking for. I mean, are you looking for? So if we go, I have a Ghost blog. If you go into here, oh shoot, I'm not logged in. Why am I not logged in? Here, 1 second. Let me just log in real quick. Oh, it's because Ghost had a security incident and I need to reset my password for it. That makes sense. Yeah, totally go there. That's in. I think, yeah, Steven's right. It's very easy to learn. I honestly don't really have a ton of time to be able to build that. I would love to, actually. But yeah, I'd like to know like what you're looking for exactly. Okay, so let me just make sure this worked. Okay. Okay, now I'll display my screen again. So are you looking for like, you know, you're gonna have like posts and drafts and schedule, like are you looking for like settings, like you're gonna have like all this stuff? Or are you just looking for like oh no. Did you drop something? And are you looking for something like their editor, like where like you have this like nice full page editor where you can like okay, let's see. Craftadia. Yeah. Well, can I ask you why? So like, okay, let me explain this very, very, very like clearly. Like, you don't want to use Remake if your goal is to just create one blog. The whole point of Remake is that you're creating like a blog maker that thousands of people can use. So if like you want to create a single blog, I guess you could use Remake, but it's probably not exactly worth it. Probably better off just using WordPress or Ghost and just signing up for those and paying for them. Because like a lot of design work went into this. And the layout engine and how things are styled and the typography and how the images are laid out and the editing for Ghost, you know? So like, if you want to create this and like, yeah, if you want to create this and like let other people create their own blog and like you have a blog on that platform, but other people do too, and you want to like market it to other people and have them create their own blogs, then you want to use Remake, because Remake is going to make it super easy. It's going to be super worth it. But if you just want a blog, I have, boy, do I have an article for you. So I'm writing a blog post on this about simple blog platforms, and you can go here to find some good ones. And there's some good, I think, really inexpensive ones. I think there's some good inexpensive ones too. And I would actually highly recommend just picking one of those and starting from there. Because if you're building a full blogging platform on Remake, it's going to take you a lot of effort. Oh yeah, no, it's not a bother. And if you want to use Ghost, which I highly recommend, I love Ghost, try using these guys for hosting, because it's going to be less than half the price of the full Ghost host. It's only $15 a month with these guys, and they have everything you would ever need. Everything you would ever need, including backups and all the newest features and tons of views and everything. Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, it's not a problem. You weren't bothering me at all. But yeah, this theme also on Craftadio is beautiful. I think this is the default theme for Ghost, actually. I'm pretty sure this is the default theme. And I think it's dark because my computer's set to dark mode. I think if I change from dark mode, it'll change that. I'm going to just put my screen on hidden just for a second so I can close out of my email accounts. Okay, I'm back. Link to hosting. I linked it right there. It's getmidnight.com. That's $15 a month. It's cheaper than the normal Ghost hosting. And Ghost is just such a pleasure to write in. I really like it. But check out some of the other options too if you're interested. But I think Ghost is just the way to go. Okay, so let's see. So I think we're kind of ready to build like a basic exit intent. I liked the way this person did it, like the way this person started. So let's use this as a foundation. And let's actually put this in, yeah, let's actually close this and we'll create a new repository. And we're going to say exit intent email signup. Okay, we'll drag this in here. We're going to create an index.html. We're going to paste our HTML in here. Where did I put that? There we go. We're going to create JS folder, and we're going to create a CSS folder. Oh, I created the CSS folder inside the JS folder. I guess that is the modern way of doing it, right? Shout out if you got that joke. Okay, new file. We'll have main.js in here, and we'll have main.css in here. Okay, and now we're ready to go. So in main.js, we're going to paste this one. Okay. So we're going to say if, yeah, yeah, totally. Okay, so I think we're going to say mouse near top of page equals this one. And we decided on 20. I think 20 sounds good to me. And we're going to say, I don't know how to explain the related target one. So we've got related target and toElement. Event toElement. Event target and toElement. Avoid use of toElement. What is it? Are deprecated. What is toElement though? Okay. Okay. So, it looks like it's deprecated, but they use it here. Let's search for MDN toElement. No, I didn't mean that. toElement. Mouse event. Okay. toElement. We don't have it here. Maybe we have it here. Nope. toElement. Okay, so I can't find it. So I guess we're not going to do it. So we're just going to have this one, related target. And this is going to be oh, okay, great. So this is more modern. Returns a reference to the related element. Okay. Mouse out. Okay. So mouse didn't enter another element. Okay. And we'll use triple equal, because you always want to use triple equal. Okay, and then we're going to say what is this going to be? So mouse event mouse left browser window. Well, so this is the whole thing. This is that's what we're trying to calculate in total, but all the different parts of that are that the mouse needs to be near the top of the page, the mouse didn't enter another like HTML element, the mouse event is not inside yeah, no problem. I appreciate you looking out. Is not inside select element. And we'll just say actually like an input element, and we're going to have select here as well as, so it's not select, and it also can't be input. And I like double quotes, so I'm going to change these to double quotes. Okay, so, and we'll just say was not inside. I think we'll say is not inside. Okay, so now we're going to put all these ands together. So we're going to say mouse is near top of page, didn't enter another element, and is not inside an input element. Not that it matters, but that feels good. Okay, so we'll remove this event listener. That's good. And then we're actually not gonna trigger anything. We're gonna just call a callback. So we're gonna just say, so how do we want this to work? Let's go back to our specification. So init email sign up forms. Okay, so this is higher level than what we're working with. So I think for this API, what I would prefer is to say like on, what did you say? Mouse left browser window? On, I think we'll just say exit intent. On exit intent. And then this is going to be a callback that just triggers whenever someone intends to leave page. And I guess the question is, do we have any of this functionality here, right? Like, where we're only gonna pop it up once. We're not triggering it on the same day. We don't want to trigger, for 1 week if they closed it. I don't think that's gonna actually be part of this. I think this is gonna just trigger all the time. So, yeah, we'll have this function. And we're gonna put this, I guess, on the window, like crazy people. I don't know. I feel like it's such a normal practice to put stuff on the window before, and now you're considered completely batshit if you do it. But I don't care. Okay, so we'll wrap that in immediately invoked function. And we'll leave this on the top. So we'll just say like API whatever. I'll just delete that. Okay. Whenever someone intends to leave a page. And we'll attach this to the window. Okay. And then we'll just call this. I don't know what I'm doing. I actually have no idea what I'm doing. What am I doing? So I'm putting this on the window? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. So window.on exit intent. If that's called, you need to define it outside of this. I can't define it here. Yeah, okay. So we'll rename this to on exit intent. And we'll put another file in here called main.js. And then we're going to say on exit intent function Oh, should we use let? I don't know. I think let is pretty widely supported. I don't think... I just worry that I cut down... Like, I'm not using anything else that's modern. So, if it's 95 or above, we're good. It's 96. We're good. I don't even care. We're just going to use it. Okay, so on... And I wonder what the same thing is for arrow functions, actually. And what is this 219? Partially supported. Oh no. Yeah. No, probably not. Probably not. Can I use arrow functions? Because this is not compiled. 94? We're so close to 95. I feel like, okay, right now I'm going to just go out and say 94 or above, I'm good with. Anything lower, if it's 92%, I'm going to compile that JavaScript, you know? Or I'm just not going to use that feature. But I feel like 94 is good enough. It's like, it basically, at this point, just cuts out Internet Explorer 11 and super old browsers. I guess it does cut out Opera Mini and QQ. Not even released that long ago. December 2016. I don't know, dude. Yeah, I'm going to just say I'm going to go for it. So we'll use arrow functions. I just like modern features. It's just kind of nice to have them available. Okay, so we'll say exit intent. Okay, so we're defining this on window. On exit intent. What am I doing here? So I'm calling a function and passing in a function. Okay, so I'm calling a function and passing in a function. So I think that means I really don't understand like JavaScript in general, which is obvious by me having to figure this out. But okay, I want to call back here, and I want this callback to be called callback. I don't know how to do this. I mean, like, I know I could say, like, well, kind of. I think, yeah, using a custom event would be okay, but I kind of want to just use a callback. So I want to pass in like a callback function here. Yeah, you look like it a little bit too. This is like old school message. I think I want to use custom event. I could use a custom event. I wonder what the support for that is. Custom event. Ooh, looks like we can. That's worth considering. But so I know okay, so like I could do this. This is like a bad way to do this. I just don't know a better way to do this. But like, let's just say like our callback, right? And then we just, in here, we're going to say our callback equals callback. And then down here, we're going to call that callback here. Now this will work, and we don't need this, or do we need this? Yeah, we do need that. Okay, so now let's try opening this up, see if this actually works. Window on exit intent is not a function. Oh, because I'm not including on exit intent. Hey, Dean K, 85, and Crazy Cynical. On exit intent. Okay, refresh. We should have everything now. Boom, exit intent. And it only triggers once. But if I refresh and I exit on this side of the screen, it doesn't trigger. If I exit right up there, it does. Thank you, Dean K85, for the follow. I really appreciate that a lot. So it looks like it works, but I don't think this is the right way to do this. Is this the right way to do this? I feel like there's such a nicer way of doing this. Window on exit intent, and we have our callback. This is not defined until this is passed in. I mean, we could do this to make it a little bit nicer, so that it's not going to call the callback unless it's been defined. But is this pattern the right way to do this? But the thing that's bothering me, honestly, is that I use this pattern a decent amount in my code, and I don't like it. Like, it feels really bad. Oh. Okay. I think this is what's making me feel bad. I think what I want to do is actually initialize exit intent, and then we'll pass in the callback. Yeah, and then we don't have to have it up here. And then I can just wrap these functions in this function. Like that. And now I have the callback here. And now, yeah, this feels nicer. And then we could just rename this exit intent callback. Okay, so now this should work. Nope, on mouse out is not defined. Oh yeah, okay, so we need to also put this in there. That makes sense. Oh, that's true. Okay, looks like it's working. Window on exit intent. Okay. Okay, I gotta go real soon. Timer, 10 minutes. That's like the latest. That's the latest I can go. Okay, so let's go into GitHub. And let's actually rename this. Okay, let's take this out. Paste this out here. Delete these guys. I know, I'm crazy. We're going to publish an NPM library as the last thing we do here. Okay. Exit intent. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. I thought I... Oh, it is there. Okay. Oh my goodness. No, okay. It's just because this is the old folder. The non-renamed one. I just almost freaked the fuck out. Okay, so we have this one. Let's copy this just so it's in our clipboard. Jeez, it almost freaked me out. Okay, so let's just add like a doc string up here real quick. So triggers once whenever the user intends to exit the page. Let's see, we'll say like isn't aggressive, only triggers when mouse is near top of page. Addresses some Firefox bugs with input and okay, yep. Elements. That makes sense. Doesn't. Okay. We'll say that. Okay. Wait, is this gonna be an NPM library? Because I think then I need to export shit instead of having it on the window. I think it's not gonna be that. It's just gonna be like a regular old library. Yeah. Okay. So let's make a README file. Very good idea. Okay. So we have this one. Okay. So this isn't the full email sign-up specification. This is only for exit intent. Intent library. Calls a callback whenever the user intends to exit the page. Okay. We'll say specification. Remove event listener immediately after it triggers. If mouse is not at the top of the page, don't trigger exit intent. Only trigger if no. I mean, I'm not sure how useful this is, but okay. Guarantees mouse is off the page. Yeah. Don't trigger when exiting left bottom of the page. Okay, only triggers and we'll say close Firefox. Okay, so we'll say how to use. I know. Okay. Okay, so go to GitHub, I'm going to go to new repository, exit intent, GitHub, create, let's make sure, okay, nope, let's undo this, ignore, okay, yeah, that looks fine. Okay, commit, publish. And now you should be able to get it on GitHub. Where are my repositories? Exit intent. Okay. So GitHub Bow version. Okay, nice. GitHub repo at version. So I need a version. Okay. Okay, let's do terminal cd github exit intent, and we'll do this. But it's going to not be version 1. It's going to be 5. Like starting with version 0.5. Just because I feel like it's halfway complete. It's halfway to version 1. I don't know. Okay, we'll do that. And so I don't know how to sync tags. How do I sync tags? Okay. Dev2 is great. Okay, I gotta go. Oh no. Okay, sorry, I have to secret the screen. And I don't know why I didn't have the password already stored. What? Yeah, you too, man. It was really fun. I don't know why I'm not being able to log in. Well, I'll see you guys next time. I do have to go. But thank you so much for stopping by, and oh my goodness. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, thank you very much, and bye.